Hello English speakers, and welcome to a massive pine, a Scots pine, here on the northern border street. Let's just start by taking a big deep breath before talking about the zeitgeist that is changing. But let's start by taking a big deep breath. So in Moscow now it's very bad air. They came 190 drones that were attacking an oil storage at the oil refinery Kapuchna. It's very kaput now, so this Kapuchna, it burnt a lot, and they even got a flying saucer. The roof of this tank, it blew up a couple of 100 meters up in the air. So that's bad, and even though Russia is quickly expanding, taking land in Ukraine, or rapidly for this war at least, but that doesn't stop Ukraine. They are sending these drones from other parts of Ukraine, and they will just continue to do terror because their goal is not to win the war. The goal is firstly to destroy as much as they can for Russia, and the second goal is to destroy Ukraine totally, so that Russia can't really take anything from Ukraine. And that gives them an unfair advantage. I would suggest, I'm not an expert on this, of course, but they have to realize, Russia has to realize that maybe it was smart to not take Ukraine, because then they would have been fighting a guerrilla war against insurgency. But now it's time for regime change. Otherwise, they will just continue to do worse and worse terror all over Russia, and that will get bad. This is the same tactics that they have been using in the Second World War and a lot of other wars. They just continue with the war until it gets unbearable, even though they are not winning. Better news: Trump signed this memorandum of understanding, and he did it earlier than expected, so that's weird. That usually don't happen. It takes longer than expected. And Trump comes with some interesting comments. He has said a lot of things that don't agree with each other, so maybe I pay too much attention to it. But Trump said that that bombing of Lebanon, that was unnecessary. And then Lutnick, that usually smiles a lot, just looked angrily at Trump. So Israel are now destroying all villages near the border, and Israel Katz, the Minister of Holocaust, or the defense minister, he is bragging about that because he likes to be seen as evil, it seems. And IDF has now been spraying small colorful balls that are exploding. So they are bombs that are made for children to pick up to be murdered. So that's how evil IDF is, and you know that they are murdering children for fun. They have no right to exist whatsoever, and it has to be totally destroyed. No prisoners of those kind of monsters. They continue to drone and to shell in Lebanon, and say that they have no interest at being any kind of peace deal, and they also get killed. One IDF terrorist got destroyed and one severely damaged just the last day. And to really ramp up how much everyone loves them, the foreign minister for Israel Gideon Sar. Sar is saying that Kaja Kallas, she is really mean and says horrible things about Israel. No, she didn't. She compared Israel with the apartheid system in South Africa that is no longer in place, and said that they were similar, which of course is wrong, because South Africa never genocided or bombed the homelands. So that's completely wrong. But still, he says, the foreign minister of Israel, Gideon Sar, he says that he should beg for forgiveness. And I can only say that, you know, this Kaja and Ursula, those ladies are very good at sanctions. Maybe they should start to make sanction packets against Israel also. And Israel will not fare as well as Russia has been faring when these sanctions comes. And also Gideon Sar, saying that Israel is the only democracy and other bullshit. Yeah, you remember that Israel is a police state that is run by communist Stasi, and that's what their own prime minister is saying. Netanyahu said that on Tuesday. And now a former prime minister of Israel, Ehud Olmert, he says that Israel is a terrorist state. So it's a terrorist police state that is run by communist Stasi secret service. So maybe they should tell that to the foreign minister, who seems to have no idea what Israel is. So this is a typical sign to see that there is mental illness and total breakdown of Israeli society when these kinds of statements are coming. And a warning from Zay Squirrel. So this squirrel is pretty well informed, and he was pointing out some year ago that this rift that was reported by Barak Ravid, an IDF spy basically, and Barak Ravid said that there is a rift between Netanyahu and Trump, and then Trump did exactly what Netanyahu wanted and started the forever Purim war against Iran. So maybe we should not believe in this memorandum of understanding and this theater between Netanyahu and Trump. But there are some signs that it's not just Trump. Everyone is starting to get tired of Netanyahu and Israel in general. Even Hillary Clinton I saw now, and Lindsey Graham, etc. So there might be more to it this time. But if the squirrel, if he's right again and this is just a ploy, well, we will see missiles raining down on Israel pretty soon. Israel has other problems though. The Haredi Jews, they don't want to do any military service, and one of them got jailed. So they hired 150 buses and protested again outside of prison 10. And that would be like 8,000 of these super Orthodox Jews. If you want to see Jews getting beaten up, there's a good video of that. Unfortunately, they are beating up Jews that refuse the Holocaust, so of course I'm not for that. But yeah, there are tensions in Israel, and they don't behave well against their Haredis. Brits, they want the Jews, or not the Jews, sorry, they want Jews to stop the mass immigration that many of them are fixing. And what do many Jews do? Please hate me. That's what Donna Rachel, her real name is Donna Edmonds, and she was laughing. What is the most funny thing that happens in UK, yeah, they have hundreds of thousands of raped children. So that's really funny, according to Donna. These people are unhuman. Unhuman is, by the way, a book from Jack Posobiec that he co-wrote with Joshua Lisek. Joshua Lisek has blocked me on X, so he's a disgusting person. And he did write a great book together with Scott Adams, but he works with Satan himself, like Jack Posobiec. And this Unhuman is about communists, and it's of course very kosher, so don't expect to find any conspiracies exposed in that crap book. And Jack Posobiec is also someone who helps covering up the murder of Charlie Kirk. Totally disgusting piece of garbage. So this Donna Edmonds, who she is in the council, Shropshire Council, and she works for Reform UK. Yeah, they have disgusting people who works for pedophiles in that party. And there are very many more. I have linked to a thread where disgusting things that are said by this ethnicity, and they just keep coming and hating, and then they get credit in their own group, and they have no idea why everyone hates them for no reason at all, just because they say very despicable crap. And something that they were doing, this Donna Edmonds, when she's pointing out that they are talking about borders between different sections of UK, and that's wrong because then we can just laugh at everyone who has been brutally raped. Yeah, that is called Pilpul. Pilpul. Pilpul is doing this thing. You have a great reasoning, and then you see some spelling mistakes and other things, and then you discredit everything about it because you are basically a rabbinic asshole, hair splitting. So it's called Pilpul. And then some Jewish propaganda. So this is please understand how difficult life is for a Jew, and then they present a lot of things. So I'm not saying this is something that the Jews themselves are reading. For example, that Judaism is literally a racist cult which promotes pedophilia. So that's what the Jews are saying that people say about them, and I guess there is no reason that people would say something like that, of course. And this was not posted by a Jew, by someone who thought that maybe there are something to all the things that people are calling the Jews. Yeah, no self-awareness at all. They can't see their own reflection in the mirror, many of them. So while there are of course people who know that they are totally evil, many of them actually don't see their own words, and they have no understanding that there should be one set of rules for everyone. No, there is we, and then there is a goyim, and we can behave as we want against the goyim. That's just how many of them seems to think. If you remember the vampires, they are usually very rich from a Eastern European country. They hate Christ. They live in darkness, and they drink blood, and they corrupt women. I'm talking about vampires now. So yeah, and they are also fearful of garlic, because garlic is curing a lot of diseases. So they hate that. And when I post on X, I can't post that image of that vampire, because then I might get blocked for it. But I can post Svengali. Svengali, he was the hero, so to speak. He was not a vampire, but he was a manager, and the novel is called Trilby. And that character, he was, you know, charming in a disgusting way and manipulated Trilby, I think. I haven't read it because I'm lazy and can't read all the books I probably should read. But let's get some diversity here, and we can start to hate on Aqib Khan, who is obviously not one of them, not of that tribe, a totally different tribe. But he says that all these children, yeah, they were just whores and they wanted this, so then they cry rape afterwards. Yeah, that's an assholeish thing to say. And the Brits are really fed up with people like this. So they have posted where he lives, where he works, and I can only say do not go to prison just to give him some punishment. So don't go to prison, that's my advice against that. John Oliver, he is saying that this horrible Restore UK party, it's filled with Nazis and shit, and then they want to ban halal and kosher slaughters, and they are against cousin marriages. And then he does have a point. So this was posted by Restore UK, that thinks that the criticism of them is the best thing ever. Because John Oliver is of course a very not likable person at all. But he did have some points, but he didn't phrase it correctly. So yes, there were a lot of problems with the, you know, British Empire. For example, the Jewish East India Company, and then the royal family that likes to marry their cousins. They are the circumcised royal family. So another thing that this Restore Britain, that party, they don't talk about the root cause. Yeah, you can try to get rid of the Muslims, but it doesn't matter if they are importing a lot of Hindus and they continue to import Muslims. These groups, they need to be stopped first, and then you can start to think about anything else. But Restore is very scared of naming the problem there, even though they want to ban kosher slaughtering. Here in Sweden, there have been some talk from the Doctor's Appeal with Sven Roman, and Sven Roman is really angry that there are people who get their children taken away because they don't want to vaccinate. There are no laws here in Sweden to vaccinate. They are just recommendations, and these vaccines are of course not tested. Sven Roman does say that if you are not taking care of your health, you might get tuberculosis, and that vaccine might be actually something that works. So tuberculosis, that's caused by a bacterium that you can actually study and see, unlike, you know, viruses that is built on very shaky grounds. So maybe if you want to search for a vaccine that might be beneficial, that might be the one that is that. And finally, a cute video about one of these raccoons. We don't have them in Sweden yet, but they are in Germany, so they are very good at spreading themselves and soon jump on a ferry or something, and they might get here without even going through Russia and Finland. Maybe, we will see. They are really cute, but they are very problematic because they are extremely smart. So a warning to you who don't have them yet. They might spread over all of Eurasia. But they are cute, as I said, especially when they make friends with cats. So have a nice day, and see you again on Midsummer Day here in Sweden, actually. We have it on a Friday, that's why it's not in the exact midsummer.